Let's sweep. And this is what we're learning today. This lick teaches you all the basics for this kind of sweeps, which means that if you learn how to play this, you'll be able to play like 90% of all 3-string sweeps that you come across. 3-string sweeping can be such a strong tool when used correctly, and when we know how to implement it inside the stuff we write. Once you know the basics, you'll be able to write so many cool stuff. For example, without getting too much into theory, most of the time when we do these sweeps, we actually play an arpeggio. And if you don't know what that means, we have a video on simple arpeggios, which you can check right here. Back when I started learning this, none of the guides I found helped me. I always had this block, which I couldn't play these arpeggios fast. So in this video, I'm gonna teach you exactly how I do it and what helped me play this. So if you looked at my right hand playing this lick, you'd see that I only down sweep. I don't up sweep at all. And this is actually the key to perform this. So how do we play this? Well, the method is the same for each and every 3-string arpeggio. Let's explain it on our first shape. So we pick and then pull off, then hammer with our left hand, and then down sweep the rest of the notes. And here's a great exercise to understand this sweeping pattern better. The key note here is that the second string is always being hammered by our left hand. Many people up-pick the second string, and that's actually what blocked me from playing this at high speed. We always hammer with our left hand the second string. So this was our first shape, and it's a minor shape. It creates a minor arpeggio. Our next arpeggio is a major arpeggio. And this one is extremely similar to the minor shape. Next we have another minor shape, but this time it's a minor 7. So this is the minor arpeggio. And the 7 is right here. Into 2 more minor shapes. Back to a minor 7. And then we end everything with a diminished arpeggio. And what's cool about diminished arpeggios is that you can take that same shape, move it up or down a step and a half, and you'll have a continuation of that same arpeggio that you're playing. And this is exactly what we're doing here. And if you want, you can even continue on. Okay, now that we have our basic breakdown of this lick, let's play it at low speed. The major and the minor shapes are very similar, and the same goes for the minor 7 and the diminished arpeggios. So get comfortable with these two pairs before shuffling between them. Here's a great exercise for this. Let's go over some tips on how to be efficient and how to practice right. Too many players and my students come to me with the same problem. Their playing sounds like this. And that's the result of practicing too fast when you should have went slow. A very dirty and messy sound that you can only maybe hear the high strings, this part, and not anything in between. So getting to this point is going to require you to start practicing slow and increase your speed gradually only if you can play it clean. Second point to talk about is muting your strings. So when it comes to 3-string sweeping, most of the muting is going to be done with your picking hand. You're going to lay this part of your hand on the strings that you're not playing or on the strings that you just finished sweeping. This is how an unmuted sweep sounds like. This still requires a bit of practice, but is much easier to do on 3 strings rather than a full 5 or 6-string sweep. The last point we'll talk about is practicing on an even BPM. So this means that you shouldn't suddenly increase or decrease your speed based on what's easier or harder. So for example, if I'm practicing the arpeggio we talked about, doing this would be wrong. I cannot stress enough the importance of using a metronome. It's simply the easiest method to improve your technique. Backing tracks ranging from low to high BPM and tab for these licks and exercises can be found in my Patreon down below. I'm Kamit, thanks for watching.